All right. So Roman Reigns beat Jinder Mahal, and then Shawn Michaels came out and warned Roman Reigns that
we don't know what matches at the Undertaker.
Yeah, and then Roman said, "I'm gonna retire him."
By the way, this can be a fun point to talk about. This could be one of our big segments.
Okay.
That we put up on the channel.
Oh, you want? Okay.
I'm throwing it out of nowhere.
Do you want to talk? We could talk about this.
It'll be the clickbaitiest title we're gonna put up. All right.
We could focus on this more than
Triple H, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about this.
Yeah.
Bluntly, right now, is this Undertaker's last WrestleMania?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because he's getting worn down, and if you think about it, like Roman is the future face of the company. Like, we know this. You know, he's booked to be the strongest. He's the current John Cena. Honestly, after this WrestleMania, he can't face really anyone else. He can face John Cena, but that's WrestleMania 34. That's way past when the match should have happened. It's an Undertaker Sting sort of idea there. And whenever you put the Undertaker against Shane McMahon, all right, fine. It's not going to be his last match because it's Shane McMahon and it was a thrown together match, whatever. Bray Wyatt, it's not going to be Bray Wyatt because it's Bray Wyatt. He's a new guy. He's obviously not even going to win. But Roman Reigns, he's the big dog, right? Ooh-ah, all that stuff. I think when we're talking about Undertaker having a good chance of losing, I think we're also talking about him having his last match.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to lose at WrestleMania, and I don't think it's going to be his last match.
But there's a pretty big chance that he will lose. We have to admit that.
Oh, yeah.
You could see it happening. You see it happening right now. You could see it happening.
I can see it happening, but I can also see them saying, as much as they push Roman to the moon, he is still pushed less than we act like. Do you agree with that?
Is this before or after his drug testing results?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Either way.
I know. I'll agree with that. Yeah, I agree with you. This is a joke.
No matter what, there has been a new world championship on Raw since August, and he has not held it. Mm-hmm. He has been screwed out of it.
Yeah. Kevin, we thought he was going to beat Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble, and he didn't.
Yeah, he has not. He's pushed to the moon, but anytime we expect things out of him. We expect what is expected, but really, it doesn't always happen that way. Mm-hmm. They have not built this WrestleMania as his last WrestleMania. I think only he knows what his last WrestleMania is. And I really feel like it's not being built up well. I don't feel like it's... Ever since WrestleMania 31, I remember in late 2014, early 2015, I was like, who's his last opponent? Mm-hmm. And we were like, oh, what if they do Kane again? Now that'd be dumb. We were like, John Cena. Every year it's been John Cena. Yeah. John Cena, this was the perfect time to do John Cena. Okay, they don't do John Cena. Big thing they're missing there. Somebody said in a perfect world, it should be this WrestleMania, we should be seeing Daniel Bryan versus The Miz and John Cena versus Undertaker. This would be one of the greatest WrestleManias we'd ever see. Yeah. At least modern day.
Yeah, it has potential to be great, though. I will say.
Oh, yeah.
It's not ruined.
We're not seeing either of those matches, but I don't think they're building it up that way. Yes, you can see it right now. Him losing, the bells going off. I'm talking about the Undertaker's bells, and you hear the da 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 da, and he walks out, and everybody gets a big ovation for him, and he lost his last match. The streak, the existence of the streak, gets tarnished a little bit if he loses 2.
Exactly.
Because then it'll be like his WrestleMania record, if you look at it as a percentage, it was like 100%. And he's like 22-1 now. That's like, he's won like 94%. He loses another, he's probably lost like 85%. Like, he will not have won as much in WrestleMania as we act like. Does he have one more loss left in him? I guess that's the way he retires. But I don't think it'll be against Roman Reigns. I really don't feel like it's been in the cards yet.
And who retires him?
Who retires him? Who do you think retire? You really think Undertaker?
If not Roman Reigns? If not Roman Reigns, the only one to retire him is John Cena. But I think that match at this point just isn't happening anymore. Like I said, I think it's too late. WrestleMania 34 is too late.
I know, but the most of the reason is that every single year since WrestleMania 31, I thought it was going to be his last WrestleMania because I'm like, he's old. He's already lost.
He didn't look good at
The next one has to be his last one, and every single time I've been wrong. He just kept going, no matter the shape he's in. Think about the amount of times that they have built up, him having to retire. Career versus streak match, streak versus end of a life, whatever that's called, end of an era match versus Triple H. There would be some stipulation here. Maybe they'll announce it, but there'd be like a gimmick of, if Undertaker loses, he has to retire. They'd be talking about retiring. There hasn't been a single mention of that.
Roman mentioned it here. That's the first time they've mentioned it.
Okay. Well, maybe one or the other. I really don't think they'll be dumb enough to do both. Maybe Roman wins, he doesn't, but Undertaker doesn't retire, or maybe Undertaker wins, but he does retire. But you can't really lose your last match.
Win
your last match.
What does Roman Reigns What does he gain from losing to the Undertaker? Does it just say, you're not good, you're not as good as Brock Lesnar?
Well, he's not as good as Brock Lesnar. He hasn't beaten Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. That's true.
What does Roman Reigns gain? Well, he has nothing to gain. He lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe he has anything to gain in the first place, because what is there to gain in a sloppily thrown together feud?
He's one of the only two people to beat the streak.
There's no streak anymore. There's nothing
to beat Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Okay. I think the only person who could win his last match would be Undertaker, because when his whole career is built about him winning at WrestleMania, he'd be the one guy they'd let him win at WrestleMania, and he just walks out and says, "I'm done," and that would make his legacy look better instead of him going out as a literal dead man and losing.
I think perfect ending in a perfect world. The way I see this, Roman being the big dog, young gun, whatever, he gets too cocky and he messes up, and he gets tombstoned and he loses. That is the perfect way that I would see this match happening, or the way I want it to happen. Like, he gets too cocky.
That's
sort
part
of
his character.
WrestleMania 28.
Being like, ooh, I'm the best. And then
WrestleMania 28. WrestleMania 28, Rock, John Cena, same thing.
Oh, yeah. And I thought that was a good ending to that.
Mm-hmm.
He does the people's elbow.
He tries.
Yeah, and then he gets, and then they do the same thing next year, except he learned.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I think that is the way I would end that match. Personally.
Oh, so you do you want Undertaker to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will care about this match only because if I see Roman Reigns win, I won't boo the building off because I don't hate him as much as everybody does. But I will be like, why?
Yeah, I would just feel sick to my stomach.
These aren't two people who should be feuding in the first place. They just feel so irrelevant together. Their styles don't like they mesh together.
Nothing to gain from being together, really.
When Undertaker got speared at the Royal Rumble, he did not sell it at all. It looked terrible.
Yeah.
It didn't look good. I think he should have already had his last match, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's weird how I somehow think that it won't be his last match, but it's because he keeps coming back. Because, Vince isn't going to tell him, no, you can't be in this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's at his own discretion.
Do you think...
does he book his retirement, or does WWE book his retirement?
At this point, he probably books his own.
I think the Undertaker books his own character. I think he books everything about himself, seeing as he is the backstage, father.
Yeah. So, do you think Roman turns heel?
That's what everybody's saying. I as many times as we thought so. Yeah, no. I don't.
This is Roman. I've said this after the Royal Rumble. You'd be dumb to turn him heel, to be honest. Like, right now, he is a heel. He is the only believable heel that can defeat all of your heroes, right?
Yeah.
Like, if he goes, everyone loves. Who's a wrestler everyone loves? Sami Zayn. Everyone loves Sami Zayn. Roman versus Sami Zayn, you're scared for Sami Zayn. You're scared because Roman beating him can actually do some damage. And you know it's very possible.
Yeah.
Roman AJ Styles, that's another one everyone likes. He faces AJ Styles, you know, oh, AJ might lose. Like, like this isn't good.
Yeah, not good.
He is a heel. He is basically a heel. And you'd be dumb to throw that away because once you turn him into a heel, he's no better than, Kevin Owens. He's a worse Kevin Owens.
As much as I don't like that this match is happening, I'm glad it is because it's making me swirl in my head as to what.
Oh yeah, I agree. I love the idea of it. Like, I'm going to be watching it. I want my one friend who I'm going to be watching WrestleMania with. He's a massive Undertaker fan. Again, he's scared for the Undertaker. He would be very upset if Undertaker loses. He's going to be very upset.
Yeah, it's in the cards. It's not in the cards. So I think this match should go. If he retires, this is what should go on last.
Yeah, but honestly though, like if I'm looking at the YouTube clips right here, right, and actually Seth Rollins attacking Triple H has more views, but like this thing with Shawn Michaels warning Roman Reigns has a surprising amount of views. It has 2 million, and it was uploaded a day ago. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
Same with Seth Rollins Triple H, but yeah.